Hello and welcome to episode 54 of the Gamble Podcast, your weekly dose of lightning in a bottle. Today I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Brett. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing good. I appreciate you holding down the fort while I was gone last week.
Yeah, of course. Anytime some stuff comes up, more than willing to try and help out and make sure the podcast gets done, even with one of us out for sure.
Yes.
Also, I'd like to apologize if you've been trying to get the podcast on Podbean and iTunes. We had some issues uploading it, so it should be up there now, but we had some issues over the weekend trying to get it up and some error codes and
Yes.
everything, but we should be squared away now. So again, we
Correct.
apologize for any of you that were trying to access it via iTunes or Podbean.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you for your patience on that. But yeah, it should be up now. And then also joined here by Liam. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. How about yourself? Pretty. Oh, you already said you're good, so
Yeah,
that's
good.
redundant.
No, I've changed in the past 30 seconds. I
Ooh,
was doing good, and now I'm doing, okay.
Now, meh.
Yeah, because
meh.
Brett reminded me about the podcast. It just brought me down a notch.
This is meh,
Yeah.
Could be
meh.
better.
Anyways, we got a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about this week. So yeah, okay. Let's get through this whole stuff that we gotta do. This is the Gamble Podcast, the weekly dose of lightning in a bottle. Posted to iTunes every Tuesday and YouTube every Wednesday. The official podcast of thegamebolt.com. All right, let's jump right into now playing like we always do. And Brett, I want to hear. Usually, I cut you off because you talk a lot during your
That's
you're not
fair.
playing segments. But I actually want to hear a lot about the division because I've heard a lot of mixed sort of feelings about it. I know you are not a fan.
Okay, so yeah,
Wait, hold on. Can I just interject real quick?
yeah, no, you're fine. Go ahead.
I've heard way too many positive things for me to really be sold on this game. Brett, continue. I hope you say something different.
Yeah, so I wasn't. I mean, I was excited from trailers and everything, and it was coming to closer to launch. I was like, I'm
Hi,
not
big guy.
dying to play it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And I know it's something Ryan wants reviewed, and I more than willing to do my best to get that done. And bottom line, I'm really not crazy about it. Like I I don't like it. And this is someone who you could just take my opinion and be like, Ward is this guy now? Who cares? And I don't blame you, but I don't like it, and I'm. It's kind of close to the line of I hate this game. Um, and the reason is, for one thing, it it touts to be you know what is it, like an RPG shooter and everything. The RPG stuff is very bare bones, at least in my opinion. You get three active skills you can use, like a med kit or a turret, sticky grenades, and everything, and that's great. And you upgrade your three different wings: security, tech, and medical. And based on whatever you upgrade, you can get perks for everything. Your turret might become a flamethrower instead, or might electrocute like shock darts or something to electrocute the enemies instead of just shooting bullets. Um, but it's very shallow. There really isn't much customization there. It's there's DPS, health, and I think tech, and really you're gonna get like at least two out of three that are really beefed up, and then one that's not so beefed up, and it's most likely going to be DPS and nothing. You want survivability, and you want to be able to deal damage. So my DPS and my health are like 12,000 each. My tech is at like 3,000, maybe 4,000. And it's like I feel terrible for not getting it up, but I'm not going to decrease my health or my damage output just for that. Um, Alongside of the bare bones RPG stuff, the mission structure, in my opinion, is piss poor. It is incredibly repetitive. Um, Essentially, what you do is you're either helping again the medical wing, the tech wing, and the security wing. One of the three main people in each wing to help Manhattan, with better survivability, and you might have to turn on an antenna or stop this gang from, kind of messing things up and taking over generators and everything. And how it goes is you go in, you kill enemies, you kind of just basically like Gears of War months, like you hide from cover, or you hide in cover. You kill enemies, and then they say more enemies are incoming. You kill those enemies, you keep going on, and then you basically rinse and repeat that, and then you get to the end, and there's a big boss at the end who gives some good loot. Don't get me wrong, I love getting better gear and everything, but it's literally the same thing every mission. You end the mission by killing the big bad of the mission, and um, at least right now, the story isn't really that great. It's kind of, in my opinion, incoherent, um, and you know they don't really give context. You have to kill a certain person who is like the head of like a rebelling group of looters, and it's like, well, do I really care? Why am I going after this person? I have no ill will against them. I no animosity, nothing against them. They're looters, but as a division agent, I'm not really, hard pressed to get this guy or get this woman. So I wish they gave more context, and just overall, with the mission structure and just the story itself, I'm not really enjoying myself. But I don't want to hark or be negative on the game, because there are some good things for sure. If you're into um, almost like Diablo, where you're getting new loot and you're kind of just seeking out that new gun or that new chess piece that'll make your character just a little bit better, you're definitely going to find some enjoyment in that. You love just going out into New York and killing enemies, and you see a blue like light on the ground. It's like, oh, sweet. This could be a really good make your character good again. Says Cody. Like, oh man, I can make this gun. This gun be really helpful. But the loot, of course, is good. If you're into Diablo and all that stuff, like I said before, it's definitely for you. And they actually do a really solid job of kind of building the world. I mean, it's like New York. It's not the prettiest game, but you can see Manhattan, New York. It's dilapidated. Cars are all scattered throughout the streets. Things are on fire. You see looters just beating dead corpses repeatedly, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like that person's dead. You don't need to keep hitting them, and it's tough to look at, but you get a better sense of the world. Like, it was Black Friday, and there was a virus that struck, I think it's smallpox, and it inflicted so many people in Manhattan, and it's like, all right, you got to stop them, and you kind of see like a post-apocalyptic aftermath of it. That's much darker, and you can go around. You get you can hear these phone recordings, and you look for other agents, and you hear people in panic, and they're scared, and they're worried. They're talking to their loved ones or their friends, and they just want it all to be better, but they know it's not, and you can hear their screams. You see videos of, I think there's one video in particular, these two people running away from a group of looters, and the gate is closed and they can't get out. And they separate the two people trying to run away, and they just drag them down the stairs and just beat them to death. And you don't see the full thing, but you get the idea, like, okay, they're basically dead at that point. It's like, holy crap, that's some messed up stuff to see, and it can be gut wrenching at times, and that stuff is great. It really helps flesh out the world, and it definitely creates the intensity that the game can serve. I wish that were the case in the story, but yeah, I mean it's fantastic at what that at that in that respect. Excuse me. Um, and then of course there's the Dark Zone, which is a lot different from the beta. In the beta, it was just 99% human players and like 1% AIs enemies, and this time it's a lot more AI enemies and not so many human players. So it's you turn the corner and there's just potentially 10 plus AI people, and if you're by yourself, there's no way in heck you can take them down by yourself. You're gonna need a group. You're gonna want to find a different path to get by them, and it definitely creates some incredible tension because you want to kill that group and get some sweet gear that you can extract later, but it's life or death at that point. And then it's really intense. I remember I had my whole Dark Zone stash is full. I think I can carry 9 items, and in the Dark Zone, if you get an item, you have to call it an extraction to get it like decontaminated because you can't take it out into the world unless you extract it. And this is some really good gear and some gear that you can't find anywhere else. And my helicopter came in, and I jumped down the last second, and I was putting my stuff on, and it's like hold square, and like a bar fills up, and at the last possible second, you know, 2 or 3 guys pop up out of nowhere and kill me and take my stuff. I'm like, damn, like that was so frustrating. But you know, you see a single person with loot, and there's 3 of you. I mean, yeah, you're gonna take that chance and kill them and take their gear. It's definitely worth it. My one frustration with the Dark Zone, I'll end it on this, is that I was playing with Michael the other night, and we went into like the lowest level area possible, and for whatever reason, they had the higher level enemies in there, and they had the lower level enemies in the higher leveled area. So it was basically flip flopped, and
Hmm.
it was really frustrating because at the time Michael, I think it was like he was a really low level in the Dark Zone, so he could have been killed a lot easier than I could have, and he couldn't be as effective. And it was really frustrating because, like, how are you supposed to progress when there's enemies everywhere, and they're really strong for whatever reason, and then you're supposed to go to the harder area, and these enemies are easier. Like it just didn't make sense. What's up, Jake? Thank you for stopping by. And
Hello, Jake.
yeah,
Hello.
it was a one frustration, but it seems to be better the next time I play in the Dark Zone. It seems more balanced with lower level enemies where they belong and higher level enemies where they belong. Yeah, the Dark Zone is really intense. If you're looking to get some sweet gear, definitely check it out. If you don't want to deal with the stress of AI and potentially rogue human players, then I wouldn't recommend it. But at least give it a shot. And again, I'm not crazy about the division. As you can tell, my like 10 plus minutes talking about it.
Was
Um,
Do you know if like from what you played, was there any like big bugs or like server issues that you came across, or was it just
for me, I fell through the world once. I was doing a mission with my brother, and I took a step and just fell right through the world, and I kept falling.
oh,
I was like,
that's fun.
okay. And then another one where a door is supposed to open in a mission, and my brother was able to get through, but the door was closed for me, so I couldn't, do it. So I had to kill myself and then respawn on him to actually get through. So it was a little bit of a glitch. I know Michael and my brother both,
Yeah, I was
and
about to bring up Michael. He
yeah, and probably thousands of other players too, um, had issues where they couldn't log in because there's one single laptop to essentially complete the mission when there are people lined up and you can't move through people. You
yeah, it's
have
just
to
like dozens of
wait your
people.
turn, and it's ridiculous. Like first off, why is that necessary? Why do people have to log into a laptop and there's only one of them? I mean, this is 2016, right? People shouldn't have this issue to log into a game. I get server issues, but this is essentially a queue, and people had to wait, I would assume, at least an hour to get in and do this little arbitrary mission just to finally get to the full mission and everything. I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to deal with that, but seeing my brother deal with it and then Michael deal with it too, is like it's frustrating for new players. Hopefully it's remedied by now, but we'll see. And Colin, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on the division. And then real quickly, I'm playing the third chapter in Fire Emblem Fates Revelation. I'm reviewing that too. I'm actually getting into the game a lot more. I so far I've only lost one unit, and I'm playing on hard difficulty. So I feel proud of myself being able to play it more strategically and being more wary of my choices and where to move units. Though I have reset it quite a few times because um, if I lose a crucial enemy, it's like well, I need them for the end of the game. But it's really good. The story is pretty interesting, and if you play Birthright or Conquest, I definitely recommend checking out Revelation.
Yeah. Back to the division real quick. Just my thoughts. I haven't played it or anything. Just from what I've heard, kind of feel like I definitely won't be getting it just because just because I don't want the missions to be so repetitive like they are in a lot of games. I wish that like when the game was first revealed, I thought it would be like this huge story driven thing where like it's mostly single player that you could play with your friends to do
Yeah,
like
I
complete missions and stuff. But when it went
personally,
away from that, I wasn't interested in it.
yeah, I personally I would have preferred it to be a straight single player game. Um, that's how I feel. I feel like they could have done a much better job with the story and making it more interesting, and they could have made the mission structure more interesting. But they didn't. And if you're enjoying the game, great, good for you. I'm happy for you. But I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Liam, what are you up to?
I'm playing The Witness, um, and I'm not the biggest puzzle fan, but The Witness seems like a pretty cool game. And there are also some parts where I was telling Brett and Cody this beforehand, but it can feel kind of old. Like with the audio logs, you can't pick them up and carry them with you and listen to them while you're doing the puzzles. You have to press it, and then it's like locked at a set destination.
Oh, you have to like stand there.
No, no, you can move around, but you have to like go back to that same place and
Like you
actually
can't pick them
use
up.
it. Yeah, you can't pick them up.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And it's kind of disappointing because some of the logs are really cool. They're really interesting. There's a really cool space short story, I believe, I ran into, but it was really cool. But the witness looks pretty good. The puzzles are pretty rewarding. I have it's pretty good. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of a waste to build such an atmosphere in such a world and to have such an abstract story. I feel like that's kind of up too obtuse and too wasteful in
Mm.
2016, but it is very different, and it should definitely be rewarded for that. And then I'm also playing Beyond Good and Evil. I don't think I've ever played it. I have it on my PS3. This is like a throwback from the PS2 era. I don't even think it was on PS2, but it's pretty good. Uh, really weird. Um, but I like the imagery. I like the 9/11 conspiracy imagery. That's definitely present.
You gotta be
Um,
careful what you say, Jay, because I'm a
Yeah, I was
massive
about to say, I
Beyond
oh
know
yeah,
Good and
he
Evil
is a
fan.
massive
Jake's gonna get
fan.
on you about this.
Yeah, I like it. I just think it's weird, but it's great. Um, and then tomorrow, and then I start reviewing Salt in the Sanctuary tomorrow, and it looks really cool. I mean, I'm not playing it now, but I just wanted to talk about it. Because I was kind of cheating. The game looks like a cross between looks like Dark Souls-ish with Rogue Legacy bits. Um, it's just really cool premise. Looks really dark, but the movement and the customizations seem pretty cool for a smaller scale game.
Oh, nice, nice. Who's developing that? I haven't heard of this.
I'm not sure off the top of my head. I'll look that up. Let me see. Still looking. Ska Studios.
Scott, that sounds familiar, actually. I mean,
Yeah, what did they do beforehand?
what is this called? The Saw, the Sanctuary?
Yeah, they did. It is a kickoff. It's the kickoff game for the PlayStation launch party. Kind of like their spring deals. Let me get um, the exact details. It's like you get money off if you pre-order it. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hmm.
I mean, I haven't played it,
Small
but it looks pretty cool,
Studios.
so I'm excited to try it out.
Yeah, I can't open the page at the moment, so that's unfortunate. But I'm gonna look up some stuff while I have it up.
Well,
No,
while
it's
you
good.
guys
It's not working.
go look into that, I will just go over what I'm playing real quickly. Uh, so I've been diving into some. I haven't really bought anything recently because I'm trying to save up for the new stuff that's coming out this month and next. Um, but so I'm diving back into some older games that I beat but and really liked. So I know 2 weeks ago I was playing. I went back and played some more of Batman Arkham Knight, and this week, just yesterday, I started replaying through Infamous Second Son. I
Fun
love
game.
that game. That was my what was it? I think it was my second favorite game in 2014. It was up there. Um, but I know the story isn't fantastic, but I really like the characters and the gameplay is just so much fun. Um, so yeah, I really like that game. Just playing through it again.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like Del real quick to interject. I really like Delson, even a lot of
yeah,
people
so
don't
do
like
I.
him.
I know a lot
He's
of
kind
people.
of
Yeah, I
like
was kind of confused because like a lot of people were like, "Yeah, I don't really know about the characters." And I was like, "Really? I like Delson a lot."
yeah, I feel like it takes this like youthful rage and it
Yeah,
translates it into the powers, which Cole you always kind of got the position that he was older, closer to 40. So it's more like it was a schlub trying to find out what he'd do, whereas Delson, he's oppressed. Literally, the person who he fights is a rock, like the rock person.
yeah,
So you feel like he's always under, he's being oppressed. He's fighting back, and that's why he's kind of always angry with the chip on his shoulder. I felt it definitely made sense for Infamous, and it was I like Delson. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. That I like a sense of humor. And then also still playing Minecraft. Pretty much done with the castle, so I'm probably gonna stop playing for a while because I don't really know what to build next. And then of course Rocket League. Can't stop playing Rocket League. There's Rocket League news later on, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Nice, nice. Liam, how was Spec Ops: The Line, by the way? I know you platinumed that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The graphics have not aged very well from 2012, but the controls are pretty solid and the difficulty is challenging all throughout, but it's short. Like it took me 3.5 hours for my normal hard playthrough, and then
Oh
four and
wow.
a half hours, 4.5 5 hours for the hardest level playthrough.
Huh.
The hardest level is brutal. Like three hits and you're down.
Oh wow.
Snipers are always shooting at your head. It's a quite a jump.
Oh gee, I would get so frustrated. I just know it. Grant and I had a great comeback in Smite a few days ago as well. Says Cody.
Oh, we did. It was so cool. I forgot to say I was playing Smite. Yeah, Smite.
How dare you?
I finally started playing it on PS4, and it's fun. I haven't played it by myself just because like I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
not.
I very rarely have played it by myself.
Yeah, like it doesn't hook me enough to like that I have to just play a ton. But like when we get a couple people together, even just one, like I was playing with Cody the other night. It's a fun game. I don't really have any idea what I'm doing. Like I've only used like three characters, and I
I
kind of
mean,
use the
it's just
wrong
it's
moves and
something
stuff
you gotta
sometimes.
play. And
Yeah,
Cody and Colin just showed me the ropes. Like I've played probably at least like 70 matches, and I'm still asking questions like, should I build this item, or should I go for this strategy? Like,
yeah,
they'll
right. Like I
if
haven't
you have
even.
questions, don't be afraid to ask them, because they'll definitely help you out, and they'll make you a much better player.
Yeah, I've definitely got the basics down. Like some strategic stuff, I haven't really gone in depth with buying stuff and upgrades and stuff.
Hmm.
But it's a fun game, and I'm sure the more I play it, I think the more I'll like it, just because I'll understand it more. But yeah, we had an epic comeback. So our last, I don't even know what it's called, like our last
The
Guardian
Titan.
thing we were playing. Yeah, we were playing. I think we were playing Joust. And so like our last Guardian thing was down to like 200 health, and then
Oh
we
wow.
hadn't even destroyed their tower or anything. And then we fought them off, and then we eventually went and beat them. It was
Oh
pretty
man,
crazy. It was
that's
pretty insane.
such a satisfying feeling. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we were so sad that we didn't get it on video though. We would have like uploaded or something. But it was really cool. And now it's time for the news storm.
Boom. Sorry,
Boom.
I was reading the comments. Are you recording? He says he has 200 plus games played and he doesn't even know what he's doing. He just plays Mercury and wins sometimes, and then Colin says, "Not now, you don't. Jungle sucks." Yeah, they season 3 came along and they took away some crucial things in the for the jungle players that make them very effective, like speed camps and everything. So it's a lot tougher, and it doesn't feel as useful of a role to play. Anyways,
First up, uh, from GameSpot, Xbox boss would quote love to see the new Xbox to see a new Xbox MLB game. Ever since 2K Sports canceled its MLB series in 2014, Xbox fans looking for a licensed MLB game have only had one option, the RBI Baseball series, while Sony fans get their installments of the show, which
yeah,
I'm a
we
huge
do.
fan of. That's why I put this in here, because I knew you would have some thoughts on it. Uh,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, so Phil Spencer spoke enough to say he would love another pro baseball game on Xbox someday. Quote, some of us have been begging for a true MLB game for years and fallen on deaf ears. One person on Twitter wrote to Spencer. So yeah, basically he's just like he would be encouraging a return of MLB games to Xbox in some form.
I would love that. I don't. I haven't played RBI baseball, but I haven't heard good things. Even MLB 2K. I've always been, as I said before, an MLB The Show guy. Again, my the number one sports franchise ever, in my opinion. MLB 2K just it felt too arcadey for me and was never realistic. And it was fun with some friends, but I want Xbox fans to be able to have a game that's like MLB The Show. That's just so realistic. With the rosters and batting stances, pitching windups, and everything. And the longevity road to the show, Diamond Dynasty, and all that. Um, this news isn't particularly new because I remember at some point a few years ago, maybe even last year, listening to a podcast Unlocked, and I think Ryan McCaffrey was talking about getting a hopeful, legitimately licensed MLB game on the Xbox, and I can't fault fans for wanting it because um, I have to imagine there are so many baseball fans that have an Xbox, and they're like, well, RBA baseball is maybe fun. I haven't played it. Maybe it's fun, but it's not the core baseball game that people are looking for, and I think they deserve it. I don't know who could step up and do it. I was gonna say step up to the plate and do it, but well, I said it now. Yeah, I'm not sure who would take the lead on that, but they should definitely try and you know stick their tongue or nose out and just see maybe what's out there if any teams want to do it that have experience with sports games.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it would be good just to make some competition in the market. So just to obviously who develops MLB The Show?
Uh,
Sony San Diego, right?
Sony San
Yeah,
Diego.
it's only San
Yeah.
Diego. So that's
Yeah, I
first
think
party, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they own them. But yeah, I think like good on them for making improvements every year that because a lot of people seem to still love those games. Don't feel cheated on them by there not being enough changes or anything. But again, competition isn't it's never bad, so be good
Yeah.
for.
It's because other sports teams have, for the most part, at least in action, most sports games these days are a monopoly, in terms of quality. Because you look at NBA 2K, and that's for at least what
That's
5 years now,
basically
that's been the cream of the crop.
yeah.
NBA Live tried to come back, and it's not there. It's not what it was. Pro Evolution Soccer has been a good competitor with FIFA, and it's
Yes.
definitely
Um,
stood its ground.
from what I understand, the Fox engine, kind of people who played both put Pro Evolution Soccer above the new FIFA this year.
Yeah, I
But
heard a lot of people.
yes, I've heard the Fox engine it was a huge game changer in how the game's kind of rendered and how it's played.
Mm-hmm.
For PES, it makes it. I feel like they're two different games from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, but yeah, I just wanted to interject because I thought it
Yeah,
was kind of
yeah.
neat the whole
It's
Metal Gear engine in a soccer
particularly
game.
this year's PES, and you're absolutely right with the Fox engine and everything. It seems to be definitely a huge thing. And then NHL has its monopoly in Madden, of course, has its monopoly. So it's mainly just NBA and FIFA that have, sorry, 2K and FIFA that have some competition. And seeing, you know, a, I mean, I can't imagine an Xbox version of MLB The Show that's that quality, at least right off the bat. It wouldn't be done in a year. They could bring it out and iterate upon it and improve things, and it can become very close to MLB The Show's graphics, and you know it could maybe rival it. But again, I think it's down to the right team and developers who know sports games and baseball and everything, and what people like in these kind of games.
Yeah, sure.
Second, just pulling something up real quickly. Um, you can keep going ahead.
All right.
I feel like there's gonna. Oh, wait, never mind. It's complete. I was looking at something else completely different. Go on.
Next up, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt has shipped nearly 10 million copies, according to Project Red's Adam Kaczynski, as he reported, as part of the company's latest earnings report. Overall, the entire Witcher series has sold 20 million copies, meaning the latest game released in May of 2015 has made up half of all franchise sales.
Wow, that's
It's a big number.
yeah, seriously.
It's a good number.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, The Witcher has blown up, and rightfully so. We're very close on the expansion, right?
Jake, let us know.
I
We're
almost
close on
positive
the.
Witcher 3. Yeah, yeah. It's either out this month or next month.
I thought
Blood,
it's like
Blood and Wine.
it's like June at the latest. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's either this month or April.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that 20 hour, like has new content and everything. And I mean, one continent in The Witcher is like you can't even fathom. It's ridiculous how much how dense it is. And I would love to see what they do with the Blood and Wine. I think it's Blood and Wine. He says it should be out before June.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay. Soon.
that's awesome. I've been meaning to get back into The Witcher. I've been watching a friend on Twitter just putting up some videos like, oh, like that game is so cool. I wasn't crazy about it the first time, but I had to give it a second chance.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling.
I kind of I know it's not. I just didn't like it that much. I couldn't get into it. I said I would go back to it at some point, for sure.
I mean, if you're not into those kind of games like that setting and everything, I can't blame you.
Yeah.
It's some people just aren't into like that high fantasy and everything. But
Yeah,
it's
I'll
personal
definitely give it
preference.
another try at some point. Just probably won't be anytime soon.
Yeah. It's a matter of when. Like you're gonna need at
Yeah.
least 2 months for that game.
Yeah, maybe like a summer game or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
But yeah, good for
Jake, I thought it was okay. I only played 600 or yeah 600.
Oh my gosh.
Jake. Thought it was
It's
okay.
insane.
I know there are some people who are really into it. Jake isn't one of those people. He's only put in 600 hours.
Platinum it. He's
Yeah.
was the creative director is going to the GameSpot office tomorrow.
He started a new PS4 profile and on his system is going to platinum on that too.
No, I wouldn't blame
So
him.
it's like, I'm gonna platinum it 5 times.
Oh my
Pretty
god.
much. But no, good for them. I know a lot of people love that game. So yeah. Next up, a Rocket League basketball mode has been teased. This is so cool. I can't wait for this.
Lee,
Oh my
what the hell's
gosh.
that?
That was my elation.
Ah.
Wow, guys, basketball.
Persona 5's out.
Keep going, Grant.
Giving it.
Basketball goodness time.
Wait, what did I miss?
March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness just around the corner.
Let's go, Jimmer for that. Nothing but net.
Jimmer for debt.
That's a blast from the past. Holy crap.
The
Buddy
GOAT.
Hield. I'm a fan of his.
Jimmer for that and Adam Morrison.
Giving the new basketball mode a window of later this year, which isn't really specific. But Psyonix teased what appears to be a basketball game mode, potentially titled Hoops.
Oops.
Yeah. There isn't really much information on it, but it looks really cool.
I have to say something.
Yeah.
Perhaps Psyonix can rebound from the last few modes of
Yeah, perhaps they can rebound. The Mavericks won today. That's like the first time in a long time, Brett.
Just, putting up value for you guys, and you guys just, dunking them home.
Yeah.
Sixers, 2018 NBA.
Yeah.
They're what? 6 20 and 18? They've only played 38 games?
No.
76ers, 2018 NBA champions.
Yeah, they're going to go 82-0 or 81-0.
They're going 90. They're going 90 now. That's how good
Brett
they are.
Clamors. Oh my gosh. What if they actually went 82-0?
What if there's a car in the new? What if there's a Rocket League car and once they had hoops mode and it's the kid from North Carolina who keeps tripping people?
What if went 80,
no, he's from Duke. Never mind.
Is there 81 games or 82?
82.
There's 82.
There's what?
Yeah, 82. So what if they went 82-1? That would be incredible.
They lost like the first. It's like they lose like the first game of the season. It's like, all right, gonna be a 0-82 season, and just keep going on and on.
Bud Carr confirmed, says Cody.
Yes. Next up, I don't really have much to say about that. I know it looks awesome, but
I have one thing to say real quick before we go on. I have Rocket League uninstalled. I saw this, and as soon as it's on, I'll probably just download it now.
Yeah,
I'm totally sold. Like Rocket League and basketball, that sounds great.
It does. I feel like it's gonna be kind of difficult just because you're gonna have to like hit it in instead of like you have to get some air on it. Like you can't just tap it in.
I called
there's a
James.
Well, I guess it can kind of roll up the net and in. So yeah, I think it'll definitely be cool.
There's a 3-on-3 basketball game coming to PS4. I have no idea what it's called. I think it's called 3-on-3 Hoops. It looks kind of cheesy.
Hoops.
But the fact that there's a 3-on-3 basketball game going to Hoops and Rocket League is adding basketball to Hoops means that the world is about to be righted.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Casual basketball game.
Legends a happy man.
They should have like a Rocket League dunk contest where like they like tape a ball to the front of your car and you like fly around and do tricks and stuff and it goes.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It'd be like Aaron Gordon who was robbed. He was robbed.
That's okay.
Next up, the top 10 best-selling February games have been revealed.
Diablo 2.
No. Sadly. Sadly, no.
Diablo 2, purchased by me 100,000 times.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's coming back, baby.
You probably would have to purchase it more than that.
Oh, absolutely. I would. I would do it if I had money.
Yeah. But money is no object, Brett.
That's right. That's right.
What is money for but to waste it on buying thousands of copies of Diablo 2?
It is a.
Are you really wasting it at that point? Or are you just controlling the Diablo 2?
I only spend my money on video games and Chipotle.
Food. Yeah, I was about to say that's pretty much all I spend my money on.
It's a deadly combination. It's like, like new game comes out. Okay, let me celebrate it with some Chipotle.
I do that, but with Chick-fil-A.
And it's bad. Like I get paid tomorrow, and I just like the other day I was in such a mood to play Divinity Original Sin, and I traded in towards the Division. I regret that. And it's like $40 on Amazon. And I was like, so tempting. I checked my credit card balance. It's like I can't. Like I had enough to pay for it, but I was like, I can't do this. Like I can't put any more money on my credit card. I'm trying to pay it off. I just keep buying more games. It's a cycle. It's a bad. Don't ever get credit cards, people.
Yeah, don't do it.
Nothing but bad news.
Don't get credit cards, kids.
Please.
Don't do credit cards, kids. Don't do credit cards.
They're addictive.
Save the puppies.
Hey kid, you want a MasterCard? I said no.
Do it for the children. Don't.
Speaking of doing it for the children, let's list off the top
Yes.
February games that the children bought
Yes.
this
The
past February.
children in February bought number 1, Far Cry Primal. Number
They
2,
shouldn't
Call
buy
of
that.
Duty.
That's them.
Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Number 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, which is pretty astonishing to me that it's still selling as well as it is.
Christmas.
Uh, Number 4, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4.
Yes.
Number
Wait for
5,
that, man.
NBA 2K16. Number 6, Lego Marvel Avengers. Number 7, Street Fighter 5.
Oh yeah.
Number 8, Minecraft. Number 9, Fire Emblem Fates Birthright.
Oh yeah.
And number 10, Fallout 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. That Far Cry Primal is, they didn't.
It's supposedly a lot better than what people expected.
Yeah, for sure. I know Michael's a big fan of it. I think somebody else at the Game Boy played it and they really enjoyed it.
I expected it to be really bad, but I'm hearing good things.
I was just like I'm not really a Far Cry guy, so that's why I'm not crazy about it. It just doesn't do it for me. But like I like that they're not pushing like pre-order the season pass and everything. It's like all right, like
Yeah.
here's a new game. It's I'm reading the comments in the midst of talking, so I'm like losing the thought here.
Multitask, right?
It's very difficult. Like it's a new game. Don't even worry about like just play it for what it is, and a lot of people seem to like it, and that's awesome.
Going back to what we were talking about sports games, I
Mhm.
think 2K16, that's number 5.
Yes.
What was it? Madden? Madden was probably like the best-selling sports game of the year.
Yeah,
Madden or
Madden was
FIFA.
up there for a while.
I feel like
16 was really good too.
if NBA 2K16 is still like selling, I think that's kind of an indication on, even though it may not be the best selling, but maybe like the strongest game, the strongest of the sports games, games that come out. But it is still basketball season. Like,
Yeah.
It's tough because like soccer, of course, is like the most popular sport, so it's understandable that FIFA's always going to sell really well, and then basketball is probably next in terms of the major sports franchises. Um, basketball is becoming a more world renowned sport.
So is football, to be fair, but not nearly as big.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, like basketball is in Europe now and in
Yeah.
Asia and everything, so it's understandable that it's still selling well. Is it? Do we know if this is just for the United States though, MPD, or is it?
Let me check. I will go back to the article.
Because I mean, even in the United States alone, so many people play NBA 2K.
Yeah, United States.
yeah.
Okay, then just disregard what I'm saying about Europe and Asia.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's still accurate.
Yeah. Jake, though, just to quickly talk about Far Cry Primal, because I liked it. After like 10 hours, I was over it. And he says, it's definitely no, there's poop in my
What?
soup. Apparently, it's a game on Steam or something. Shout out to there's poop in my soup.
Plug and Play is a game on Steam that you should all witness. It's a masterpiece.
There you go. Diablo 2 is
No.
a game on PC you guys should play.
Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutants in Manhattan. The upcoming action game from Bayonetta and Scalebound developer Platinum Games will arrive on May 24th, and it was announced today. The release date comes by way of IGN.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of a blunder this morning.
Oh,
Hey,
that was
DQ,
news
thank you
today.
for stopping by. So yeah,
I must have missed it.
when Mitch Dyer was writing the news story, he by mistake put March 24th, and that's in less than 2 weeks. So it's like holy
Oh, okay.
crap!
Yeah, I flipped out. I was like, what?
Like that's so soon. Like the game was announced like towards the end of last year. Like no, it was announced like this year, I think, maybe at the end of last year. Like it's already out. So he made an honest mistake. No big deal. So it is coming out in May.
It's a big deal.
Instead of March. Oh, yeah, please. Mitch is an angel. Yeah, I mean it's. I was saying before in the chat, like I have no attachment to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's platinum, so I would definitely check it out for sure. And hopefully it's fun. Of course I want that, but I'm definitely willing to give it a chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the reviews for this one, even though it looks pretty cool, just because
Can't trust the TMNT.
with TMNT, like I think I have a strong attachment to them, but like I don't know. It's like this weird that I haven't really thought of them in so long until the past like
Hmm.
2 years when they've been shipping stuff out. The new TMT, the art style though, and you just the idea
Is it
of
cell shaded like the Transformers game?
yeah, it's shell shaded, but it also looks like the most recent comic book line I've heard.
Try to say
Um,
cell shaded 10 times fast.
Please. Trying to say toy boat 5 times fast.
Try to
no,
say.
thank you. I
Try to say.
decline.
She sells seashells. Go ahead,
Anyways,
say that once.
have you played the Transformers game by
No,
Platinum? Okay.
no.
I I know some people really enjoyed it, and I'd be curious to see if it played like that because it seemed to be a successful game, a successful take on Transformers. So I wouldn't fault them for trying to, copy something that's successful and bring it into the TMNT game, or maybe even give it, just fluid combat and some of the turtles play differently from one another and everything. So we'll see. I'm interested, but like you, Liam, I'm not gonna, I'm not dying to buy it. We'll see.
I'm healthily skeptical about it. If
And
that makes sense.
that's fair. That's
Next up
fair.
in the news storm. Brett, I know you're a big guy into this. The
Sorry,
Final
sorry.
Fantasy 15's release date is scheduled to be announced during an event on March 30th.
Oh my god.
But now it appears the date might have been revealed early. Gematsu reports that Final Fantasy 15 will arrive for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 on September 30th.
I don't
This
think
information
any
comes from a source
excuse
and was
to talk
then
about
backed
Final
up
Fantasy 15.
by 3 different independent sources who would have knowledge of the matter.
So Liam came to this knowledge that September 30th is the end of quarter 3 in their
Quarter
financial.
two.
Oh, quarter 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so you think it's just like a placeholder?
And Hitman was released in their 2015 fiscal year. So it feels like what I've kind of thinking of is that it's going to release this fiscal year. It's gonna be their big release, but that I think it's gonna be I think like depending on how Hitman does or how it looks like Hitman's gonna do, they're gonna release it either sooner to cover the cost or release it later and fit into their fiscal calendar, so they don't cannibalize Hitman.
Hmm.
mm,
When
And
is
so it
Hitman
gives
out?
them Hitman the first episode's out now. I
yeah,
think it
it's
came out like
Oh,
last week.
oh yeah, I forgot it was episodic.
Yeah.
um, in 2 weeks now, we'll be getting the official release date from Square themselves. So it could be like,
Okay, first of all, I feel like we've gone over this before, but having a release date to announce a release date is so stupid.
well,
Oh, totally
I
agree.
would, I would
But it's
normally
exciting
agree,
at the
Grant.
same time. It's
I would
weird.
It's
normally
so
agree with
dumb.
you
Like,
on
like
any,
just don't tell us anything yet.
I would agree with you on any day of the week, except when it involves Final Fantasy
Yeah.
15, which has been in development since 2006, and um, they want. I would guess that Square wants people to be excited for this game. Final Fantasy hasn't been the series it once was. It has some missteps in the last 10 years or so. Versus 13, now 15, definitely a big part of that. They want to get people excited for this game, rightfully so. Um, and I'm okay with them doing an event to commence a release date. They're saying it's going to be the biggest event for anything that's ever happened to Final Fantasy.
Ever happened ever.
And that could be it could be June or it could be late September. We don't know yet, but it's I'm excited. Um, of course, Kind of Funny are hosting it. Tim Geddes and Greg Miller are going to be, you know, talking. I guess highlighting some of the big new details about Final Fantasy 15, including of course the release date. Um, And back to the whole like doing an event for a release date. I just I don't think it would be fair to just be like, okay, out of the blue, this game's coming out. Whatever. Like this game has been huge.
Massive.
It's I could argue it's on the scale of Half-Life 3, um, in terms of like anticipation and everything. But
I feel like people aren't even like anticipating Half-Life 3 anymore just because it's not like they don't actually think
oh
it's gonna
yeah,
have
it's just
like it's like a joke that it's even coming out.
yeah. But like it's people have been wanting this game for 10 years,
Yeah.
10 stinking years, and you know you want to be excited. You want to hold out hope that this game is gonna be good. I'm one of those people that very small sliver of optimism, like please, just let this game be great. I would give anything for this game to be great. Oh my goodness. I just
Even $100 more on your credit card bill.
absolutely. Make it
I
Michael
feel
says
like it is. It's just like I feel like it's gonna be great at the. I
Yeah, I
think
think
it's,
it'll be good for sure.
it's like great at the very least, but like it's more. I think now it's more of a question of like when it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
And I think Cody mentioned this. Cody mentioned this a few months ago, or Cody Jason. I think at that event, the reason why it's September 30th is 3 months after E3, and if Nintendo released the NX at E3, I think
oh
a
god, that
September.
crazy theory.
I think a September release date is a lot more likely. Would make I think if it's released in September, and we start seeing more NX stuff, and if it's not announced at the event, I think it'll be announced at E3 that Final Fantasy 15 will be like one of their big NX launch titles, or they'll announce it at this event that'll be a big NX launch title, and then we'll know when the NX comes.
Mm.
But I still think, I mean, that's kind of like a passing theory. I still think that September 30th is very much like we'll see when we want to pull the trigger on this game. If it's gonna, if we can, or if we can give ourselves some cover and make it as perfect as possible. Because we're seeing that more often with games. They're
Mm.
holding them back, and they're not launching them when they could be ready. Like Fable Legends, Microsoft
Yeah.
didn't pull the trigger on that, but look what happened to the studio eventually.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, it's still in
yeah,
limbo at the moment, but yeah, it's speculated that Lionhead could be shutting down.
yeah.
But
But
to quickly finish off, it's a shameless plug here. I today put up a piece on what I want from Final Fantasy 15,
Go check it out.
and essentially my most important one of my most important things is I need the combat to be um, accessible to all. A casual fan's not going to want to just sit there doing turn-based combat. I love turn-based combat and active time battles, but the average gamer is just not going to want to sit there. They won't have the patience for it, and I can't blame them. You're going to want to keep it fresh and fluid and fast, and you know you want to keep people's attention. And from the Niflheim base infiltration trail that we saw, it looks to do that. Noctis, the main protagonist, is warping around and just kind of like picking off enemies one at a time and just chaining together attacks with his sword and his lance and everything. So, we'll see when the finished product, excuse me, is out. But I just Final Fantasy, please, please come out this year. I'm confident.
Oh, it'll be out this year.
oh, definitely come out
It's
this
gotta be.
year.
I believe in them, and I believe in Tabata. I mean, he very recently, I think, as of last week, came out and said that he wants Final Fantasy 15 to have the impact that Final Fantasy 7 did.
14.
Um, and Final Fantasy 15 is fantastic, the best since Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah, I was about to say, Brett, why do you need Final Fantasy 15 when you already got 14?
Truthfully, I haven't played 14 in like 2 months,
Yeah.
but
I've never played it.
Yes.
I'm just big the odd of nothing.
Yeah.
um, but essentially, he wants players to walk away from it, full of emotions, and he wants to reward players who invest so much time he wants people to cry, and dang it, Tabata and team, make me cry.
Cry.
Oh my
You
goodness!
want to see Brett in tears,
I
and you better be streaming it when that
if
happens.
Final Fantasy 15 makes me cry, I will stream it. I just seeing it for the first. Because I haven't played episode Duske, which is like the demo that came with a Type Zero.
Yes.
Seeing it for the first time, going out into the world, I might shed a tear.
Oh.
There's no doubt in my mind. Like I care about Final Fantasy so stinking much.
Yeah.
Like Liam cares about Persona.
Yes. Yep. I agree.
That's the
I agree.
equivalent. I would
And
say.
like I care about I don't even know.
Michael says he'll
Chipotle.
cry.
Mavericks. Grant
Yeah. No.
Mavericks.
Well, yeah. Like I would cry.
Derek Nowitzki retires.
Dude, I will cry, dude.
If Tony Romo was actually a transformer in disguise and he turns into a sports car.
The Transformer in disguise. No,
I
dude.
tried.
The
I
college
really did.
are just
Nah, dude.
just
The
fighting.
day Dirk retires, I will be so sad, but I will be so happy at the same time.
Dirk, segue to
Dirk
nothing.
is the child
Dirk
inside
is-
all of us.
Dirk is the
Dirk is the
last.
child inside all of
Dirk
us.
is like one of 3 big men in recent history that could compete. With his skill set that could compete in this changing NBA where they're essentially getting rid of the big man.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
definitely.
It's crazy to think about that.
But yeah, Dirk, what a guy.
Jake
He's
says, if you
my favorite
stream it, then your tears won't
figure
be
ever.
everything streaming. Jake, you son of a gun.
Jake. What the heck?
Please.
I also love Dirk because no one hates Dirk. Like you can't hate Dirk. Like
No,
what did he do? What did he do wrong?
He's a classy fella.
Yeah, he is a classy fellow. And he changes his hair every once in a while. It's nice.
Looks great.
Next up, Metroidvania Axiom. I don't know how to transition from that. Metroidvania Axiom Verge is coming to Xbox One and Wii U.
Nice. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, good for them.
I was really excited for Axiom Verge at some point, but I just never got around to buying it. And for me, it feels right being able to buy it on Wii U.
Yeah.
That's where I'm Guacamelee, and of course, Metro.
Guacamelee, what a game!
Guacamelee is amazing.
It is. So it only makes sense to have a Metroidvania on the Wii U, and a lot of people seem to love Axiom Verge, so I welcome it.
Yeah, that's
Michael says he hates Dirk.
Mike. What the heck? Do you even like America?
Probably
Jeez.
doesn't even like The Walking Dead.
Is he? He's German, but Dirk is an American.
He's a Jamaican.
Yeah, he's not a German American. He's an American German. That's why.
He's just Dirk. I'm
Hey.
just Dirk.
He's just Dirk. That's why. That's another reason I love Dirk. You don't even have to say his last name like most people. You gotta no,
Dirk.
He's just no one else's name is Dirk except for the Buccaneers head coach, which I was mad about. Anyways, next up, last thing.
Hey,
which
John.
will
Thank you for stopping by.
go into the last minute. Spider-Man was revealed in Civil War. A lot of people knew this was coming already, but
That was beautiful.
it was beautiful.
So my question, not really comment. I know Liam, you're a big Spider-Man fan. Was his stripes non-existent on that uniform?
So that's a throwback.
It's like a 1960s thing, isn't it?
Yep. That's.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Amazing Spider-Man show from like the 1960s, 1970s?
No.
It's that where there's like
It's a
just the
1960s.
eyes. Yeah, and there's like no stripes.
The eyes that dilate. So cool. It's like Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That trailer was so good, so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I'm not really much of a superhero movie kind of guy, but I think Captain America is probably one of my favorites. I like those movies,
Team Iron Man.
I just it resonated with me. I was like, oh, this movie looks so cool.
I'm sorry. I love.
Like the
At first, I was like, "Oh man, Iron Man's gonna be the bad guy," and I watched the trailer. I was like, "What the heck? This is actually two-sided." It's like,
I don't care. Iron Man is the bad guy. That's no. He just.
he's such a believable. He's such a real dude as a bad guy though. Like
Yeah.
Johnny, what's his name? What's that guy's name? Robert Downey.
If he was a bad guy and you haven't seen anything else, you'd be like, yeah, okay, he's bad.
So my question is, couldn't they just dispose of his suit and just win the war?
But you have to get the suit off him.
That's true. Could you
At
like
the
could you
in Iron
sneak into
Man,
his house and just steal it?
I
well,
mean, you
at
could
Iron Man
sleep in there.
3, he developed the technology to turn into nanosuit, so he
Yeah,
can
you
wear
could.
a wrist and he can assemble it
Yeah,
very
Okay.
quickly. So
on
you have to,
himself.
you basically have to destroy the technology, not just get the suit off him.
So you
Okay, I
basically
haven't
have
seen
to
the
kill
movies.
Jarvis.
Yeah, which is the Vision.
Yeah, and
You can't
you
kill,
can't kill the Vision. No.
can't kill artificial intelligence.
Yeah, we
What's
learned
this
that.
AI? That creepy movie
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyways,
starring.
in the last minute, I just thought since with this news, I just thought I kind of want to do this for a while, but let's just go over it. Rank your top three Marvel movies. You don't really have to give an order,
Okay,
but
Grant, are you ready? I have mine.
okay,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
one. Yeah.
Number two, Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, Brett. No,
And
that's cheating the exercise.
number three, Captain America.
The
One.
Winter Soldier or one?
The first one.
Really?
one.
I haven't seen Winter
What the
Soldier.
heck is
Okay,
wrong?
that's
Oh,
cool.
Brett,
I feel like the
you
first
need to
one's
catch
aged a
up.
lot better than thought.
Sorry, Grant, what was that?
You need to catch up.
Dude, I don't watch. I tried watching the Avengers. I watched the first hour. I was like, what the hell? Like, where's the action?
Wondering where the action is in Avengers, dude. Fine, watch Avengers 2. The action is like right at the start, like
Good.
first 2 seconds of the
Good.
movie. Watch Avengers 2. But yeah, Avengers 2 I like more than one. I know I'm in the minority on that. But yeah, for me, my top three. I don't really have an order. But let's just go in alphabetical order, so I don't give anything away. um, so let's first go. Wait, let me work this out here. Yeah. So first is Avengers 2. Uh,
Solid pick. Solid pick.
yeah. Then Deadpool, which is really new, but I love that movie so much, dude.
I haven't
It
seen it
was,
yet.
dude, it's so much fun. It's so funny.
I kind of
Yeah,
want to cry. I haven't seen it yet.
it's just, dude, you
I'm
gotta go
gonna
see
cry
it.
on the stream.
You gotta go see it. But yeah, it's definitely other than Guardians of the Galaxy, which is my last pick. It's like those two are probably some of the most fun movies I've seen in a long time. Just like having the most fun in the movie. So yeah, those are my top three. Shout out to Winter Soldier and shout out to Avengers 1.
All right, mine. Guardians. That's probably my favorite superhero movie. Um, Iron Man 3. Good old Shane Black.
I did like Iron
Superhero
Man 3
movie.
a lot. I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Iron Man
how they
3 is
make
like
yeah, how they
Iron Man
make
3 was like the fourth Iron Man movie because the Avengers is basically an Iron Man movie. So it's like it's kind of forgotten because just it's just like pretty good. It's like it's a good movie, but it came out like a weird time. So I feel like no one saw it. Even though it made $1 billion. So I don't know what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
so call me
And then
crazy here. Quick analogy, in a way. I view the Iron Man films like I view mayonnaise. I'm not crazy about it. Like I like mayonnaise on my hoagie, but any other time I'm not gonna have it. Um, I'm pretty much not gonna watch Iron Man. I just can't get behind the idea of it. I just
uh,
can't do it. So yeah, like mayonnaise for me.
okay.
it.
Riveting comparison. Thank
Then
you.
number
I will now leave.
three.
Number three. What is it?
Number three. Number three is guilty pleasure. Thor. I really like Thor.
Okay.
Thor was the first Marvel movie well, I've seen them all in theaters when they came out. Thor was the first one where I was like, man, I can't believe this is actually happening with the whole cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Um,
Sure.
it was just cool because Thor is such a weird concept, like Ultron and the Guardians, that they actually got for the most part right. I mean, it's not high art. They're definitely the weakest of the films, but
Yeah.
they're very fun blockbusters.
Okay.
Is
I'll
that
allow it.
Chris or Liam Hemsworth? Hemsworth.
Chris
Okay.
Dog,
Oh, but
Chris Dog Hemsworth.
one thing I was gonna say was so I was watching like Jeremy Johns, if any of you guys know who that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
His Deadpool review, and then it was like so there were four people who like in the superhero movies who like this actor is that character. Um, so one he had Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He
Yep.
had Heath Ledger is the Joker. He had
Was
Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, and he had Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
that's solid. I would put Tom Hiddleston as Loki, but
Yeah, okay,
those are
that's
all
a
really
good one
solid.
too. That's a
But
good
he's
one.
like a super villain, so
Yeah,
I definitely see the qualms. But that's really solid pick.
but yeah, Deadpool, like Ryan Reynolds is so good as Deadpool.
Have you ever seen the change up, the switch up with Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds?
No.
It's basically a Comedy Central comedy Deadpool light version without the superheroes. That
Hmm.
Oh, is that
isn't
when like they
they pee
switch
in the fountain
bodies?
and they switch bodies,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen bits of that. So I know what you're talking about.
Sweet. Someone knows I'm talking about. Crazy.
Uh, all right, that's all we got for this episode of the Game World Podcast. Your weekly just lightning bottle. Post to iTunes every Tuesday and YouTube every Wednesday. If you have any topics, as always, try to send them in on Twitter. Sometimes we'll get to them on the stream. Uh, and then, of course, recent stuff that we've done on the site. I'll Alekine's gun review.
Alekine's gun. Yep. You
Alekine's
nailed it.
gun. I nailed it. 10 out of 10. What I Want from Final Fantasy 15 by Brett. And Persona 3 or 4.
This is Liam's.
Yeah.
Which
So
should
I
you
wrote a
play?
piece I'm about to put up, preparing for Persona 5. Should you play 3 or 4? Just talks about what you can expect to go over
Spoiler: you should
5.
play Persona 4.
You play them both, and you sell everything.
Sell your soul for
You sell your soul.
3 precious months you're gonna need to complete
Yeah,
64.
for 300 hours.
Dude, oh my, like Persona 4, I haven't played 3 yet, so I don't have that like emotional connection, but um Persona 4 for me is just, it's like such a guilty pleasure, like rabbit hole. Like I could, turn on my Vita right now and play that and just it could be 2 in the morning, like holy crap, I gotta go to bed. Like Persona 4 is just deadly.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Brett, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Brett Woodmansee, WoodMansee.
And Liam.
At Kanye West, KanyewEst. No, actually, that's not my Twitter handle.
Oh.
Hashtag $1 in debt.
At Liam, Leeum Neeson, Neeson.
And you can follow me at Swish41.
Isn't that Dirk?
Yeah, that's Dirks.
Okay.
You can follow me at GrantRam3. You can follow the site at _GameBolt. That's all we got for you this week, and we hope to see you on the next episode. Later, guys.
Take care, guys.